And I said, oh, this not gonna work, because I'm not driving all the way out there, and I'm not about to try to see if he gonna meet me all the way out here. This just not gonna work. Oh, okay, pause back again with another video. Before we get on with what the heck this video is about, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So I have been meaning to film this video for the past like 4 months, something like that, but then I keep forgetting and I keep getting reminded to do it. So now we're here. This is our love story. Why did you do it upside down?
I didn't do it upside down. I did it backwards. Like I said, it like right. This upside down would be
this way. All right, so you wanna go first?
No, not really.
Okay, so once upon a time. Okay, but what's your
what is this, Shrek? What is this?
Where should I start? Like before?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in Atlanta for like, at this point it was like 1.5 years, something like that. Let's say like February. That's the timeline we finna start from. He had got to Atlanta September. Yeah, to move in with his sister and, you know, just like help out around the house, you know, that type of thing or whatever. Had no clue this man existed. At the time, it was a little hair. So at the time, I think I mentioned it like just a smidge. I was in a relationship with this person, and when we weren't together, actually, let me fast forward. I'm gonna come back to that. So I had just gotten out of this relationship, whatever. It had only been like a month or so, something like that. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm just ready to be done with this, you know, time to move on. I wasn't really like looking for something. I was just chilling because I was like completely done with that situation. And we're gonna go a little bit more into detail about that later on. But anyway, so I was like, okay, well, let me just get on a little Facebook dating just because I heard some good things from it. And I was like, you know, let's just see what happened. So I'm on there. Of course, it's just a bunch of duds and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, this is pointless, whatever. And then lo and behold, I swipe, and then I swipe on Bingo over here. Bingo. Yeah, so then I swiped on Sean, and well, we swiped on each other. You know how stuff like that works. And then after that, we were talking for a little bit. Maybe like a week or something like that. And at the time, he had told me when we started like texting, we moved it from like the Facebook dating app to text. And so he's like, you know, oh, where do you stay at? I told him, I said, where do you stay at? For whatever reason, he told me like the area that he like worked in. And so we were supposed to meet up that week. And so I had GPS how far it was from me to where he was. And I said, oh, this not gonna work because I'm not driving all the way out there, and I'm not about to try to see if he gonna meet me all the way out here. This just not gonna work. So whatever. So I low-key like had stopped texting him back because I was just like, oh well, on to the next one. Okay, so then after that, I want to say he had texted me again, like trying to figure out what's up, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And then I started texting back. Then we fast forward to, it was like it was a Saturday. It was definitely a Saturday. We were on FaceTime. We were on FaceTime for hours, literally hours. This man was over here being a human radio and was just literally singing any type of genre of song. And I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I was cracking up. So then he was just like, okay, well, you know, are you about to go to sleep? It was late. Like, those who know me know I love sleep. Like, I love sleep. So I'm like, okay, you know, it's time to wrap it up. It's time for me to go to bed. So he was like, oh, well, you know, are you planning on being up? And I was like, you know, I didn't even get an answer out because he had to go take his sister to work. And so before I can even get an answer, he was like, oh, okay, yep, you'll be up. I'll call you when I get back. I'm about to go drop my sister off. I was like, no. Like, okay, I guess I'm about to just be staying up. So then I stayed up like the sucker I am. And we were still on FaceTime. And then he was just like, okay, well, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm just thinking it's a casual conversation. Like, I don't think I don't think anything of it. But I was just like, you know, I gotta get groceries or whatever, get ready for this, you know, get ready for the work week and all that other stuff. And he was like, oh, okay, yep, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna go out to eat. I was like, oh. So this man is very straight to the point. Okay. And so then boom, bam, boom, we went out to eat that day. And then after we went out to eat, well, first of all, before we even went out to eat, I was trying to get my groceries. I got in the car and my freaking tire said that the pressure was low. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this sweetheart over here, I'm telling him, I'm like, it's gonna be a little hold up, you know, to get breakfast or whatever, get brunch, so we're gonna have to hold up a second. And he was just like, you know, what's going on? And I told him about my tire. He was like, well, send me your location so I can come and, you know, see what's going on with your tire. And I was like, I was too stunned to speak, because I'm just like, you know, I hadn't met him, you know, because we did meet on Facebook dating, but it wasn't even that I was afraid of like him being a stranger. But I was just like, no one's ever helped me put, you know, air my tire before besides my mama. Like, you know,
she needs to know how to do it though, but she needs to, but she didn't want to.
Because with him here, why do I need to learn how to do that?
Granted, yes, that's very true, but I mean, still at the same time, it's good to know how to do those things. Oh, please.
So then he was just kind of like, I'm waiting, like, send me the location. And I was like, okay, well, dang, like. So I sent him the location. He came, he helped me with my tire. He gave me gloves and was like, you need to keep these in your car, use these for when you're dealing with your car.
Oh yeah,
that's what you said.
Yeah, because you just never know.
Because I didn't have them in my car. You gave me those gloves.
It was kind of junky.
No, the devil was a lie.
Okay, it was semi-junky.
Anyway, so yeah, so then after that we went out to eat, and then we were just like, you know, feeling each other. And so we're like, as we're eating, we're like, okay, so, you know, what are you gonna do after this? You know, I'm still thinking like, you know, get ready for, you know, the work week and stuff like that. And he was just like, I'm still trying to hang out with you. And I was like, oh. So we were like, okay, so what we gonna do? So then we decided to go to the movies. And yeah, what movie was it that we saw? It was a scary movie that with the guy with the white mask. I keep forgetting his name to this movie. Remember? And I was like, why is this movie coming out in the spring? Remember? I think the girl Jenny Ortega was in it. The sister.
Scream.
Yeah, Scream. That's what it was.
Scream.
Yeah, we saw Scream. And so then I think I saw him again that week. Yeah, I saw him again that weekend, and we were like, okay, you know, let's plan a little like in-house date or whatever. Was that? Yeah, let's plan a little in-house date. So we were going to go get the stuff for the in-house date because we were going to do a little canvas painting. I'll insert pictures of the little setup that I had going on. And I think we ordered like Domino's or something like that too. So when we went to the plaza that had all the stuff in it, Case Jewelers was there. And we're walking, so we had just went to the dollar store, and right next door was the jewelry store. And he was just like, let's go in there. And I'm like, let's go in there. what are we going in there for? Like, whoa. And he was just like, let's just see, like, let's just, you know, try on rings. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So like between the movies and helping me with my tire and then the jewelry store and stuff like that, I'm just like, wow, wowzers, like this is craziness. Like, and so what was so crazy about it, oh, I think this was like I think this was the second week. No, I think this was the first week. This was the first or the second week. Either way, this is in the first few couple weeks of us seeing each other. So going back to the relationship that I was in. So I was in a relationship. We broke up, you know, took a little break or whatever. And in between that time, I was watching a little TikTok and I saw Viola Davis on, I think, Sherry Shepherd show, somebody's show, Kelly Clarkson, somebody's show, talking about how she met her husband. And she was like, how she prayed for her husband. And I was like, okay, let me just try to do that in my head, because I thought, you know, me and my ex were going to work out even though we were on a break. I was like, it could be him, could not, you know, we'll see. So got on my knees, prayed. I told God everything that I wanted in a man. You know, I was like, I want this, and this. Gave him a list of things. I got up from my knees, I let it go. And I was just like, you know, it's in God's hands. Right after that, maybe a couple months later, I had gotten back with my ex. So I'm thinking like, this was probably the dude that, you know, God was talking about. Wrong. So wrong. I could never be so wrong. This man showed his entire derriere, like, wrong. And I was just like, I cannot be with somebody who is so selfish and amongst other things. So I was like, this is not going to work. So the fact that I had met him like a month later, I was just like, this is too good to be true. This is too good. Like, there's no way. And like, I was talking to my coworkers about him, like after the first date and stuff like that. And they were like, no, he wants you. Like, you know, he's going to marry you. Especially because within that first couple of weeks, he had 2 pinky rings that he wore. And I'll insert that picture too, because they are no longer with us. He had took his off and put it on my pinky ring, on my pinky finger. So I had one and he had one. And I told my coworkers, they're like, no, he's gonna marry you. I'm still just in denial. Like, what are you talking about? No, he's not. Like, this is insanity. I don't believe it. So then after that, like, we would just see each other like maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes it'd be once a week or whatever. It just kind of, you know, depended on our schedules and stuff. But we saw each other a lot. We saw each other often, which was new for me because I had never been in a relationship that wasn't long distance. So I wasn't used to being able to have access to somebody, which is good because now we are inseparable. And so, well, we just saw each other all the time. I think, what, a month later is when I met your sister and your dad. How did that happen again? Your dad had came.
My dad had came into town to see us. I don't know what occasion it was.
I think he just came.
No, I thought it was like a break or something, like not spring break or Christmas break or whatever.
I don't know. It wasn't no spring break because it was in April. So I think he was just coming just
Easter Sunday. I don't know.
It wasn't no Easter Sunday.
Anywho, he had came and you know, kind of just like suggested she come over and meet him because at some point she gonna have to meet him at some point.
Because y'all were out to eat and I think what your sister had brought up something about like Sean got a girlfriend or something like that. And that's when your dad was like, let me meet her.
Oh yeah, he like, let me meet her. Because he childish, because he always do some childish stuff like that. And he'd be like, oh, your girlfriend. You weren't gonna say anything, or you weren't gonna meet her? I was like, I mean, I guess y'all can hear. I mean, it's not a big deal or a problem, but you know, be somewhat, what's the word? Childish, goofy. They think they comedians once they come around people's boyfriends or girlfriends. So
yeah, he texted me when I was at oh my gosh, he called me when I was at practice. I was teaching dance at the time, so I'm sweaty and stuff. I'm high. He called me on FaceTime talking about, here's my dad. I'm like, you would never You could never do me so dirty. But his dad was like, oh yeah, so you gonna come over and meet us? And I was like, sure, like, you know. So I came over that next day, and when I tell you, baby, I was terrified. I was so nervous.
Very much so. Yeah, you were definitely nervous. No, I don't think nervous was the question. I think you were like shaking in your bed.
I have never met anybody's, like, okay, I'm not gonna say I've never met anybody's family, but like I've never met anybody's parent before. And so meeting his dad, I was terrified. And so I finally get there, and again I'm like, I can get out the car. I cannot get out of the car. I'm like, it's okay, we don't have to do this. Like, we don't have to do this. And he's like, come on. I'm like, no. So then I noticed I was ashy. I said, oh, I really can't get out the car, because they're gonna be like, who is this ashy ragamuffin? Like, who is you bringing up in this house? And so then, of course, he go in the house and tell his sister, like, she needs some lotion, like, you know. And she was kind enough to give me her oil. So I was like, okay, like, now I don't have an excuse. Now I have to get out the car. So I'm there. I'm sitting on the couch, just like shaking in my boots. I was so hot, waiting for his sister and his dad to come down. And yeah, but all in all, it ended up going really well. His dad, you know, asked me like dad questions and stuff like that. I mean, obviously I passed the test because I'm here, but but yeah, I was a nervous wreck. So that happened, and then I think that was like sometime in April.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, that was sometime in April, maybe like the beginning of April or something like that.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
And so again, we would be seeing each other, go on dates or whatever. We would like switch it up between home dates and, you know, movies and stuff like that or whatever, just little fun stuff. And then fast forward to May 5th, all my family was in town. God family, their family, my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my little sister, my dad, his wife, like everybody is in town. Because my sister had graduated with her master's degree, and then the day after that, my godbrother was graduating with his PhD. So everybody's in town, good little function. The day of my sister's stuff, he had came by, met everybody. That was another time I was like, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. Like, we don't got to go in this house. Like, he's here, he's outside the house, and I'm at the door. I'm like, we don't have to go in. Like, it's okay. We don't have to go in. Oh my God. He's like, man, come on. Because again, my godfather is at the table and my dad at the table. And I'm just like, this is going to be a mess. So he talked to them. Everything was smooth or whatever. We had went out to play. I forgot what that golf place is in Atlanta or whatever. But we went out to do that. Had a little good time. And then fast forward to the next day, my godbrother's graduation. He wasn't there. He, I think, had work because it was on like a Thursday.
I don't know why people graduate on a Thursday.
Was it Thursday? I think it was.
Was it? I thought it was like a Friday because you know I was off 3 days out of the week. I worked Monday.
Maybe it was Friday.
Because it was Friday because I was off that day and I had went to go to.
Yeah.
It was a Friday.
Yeah. So this was a Friday.
Oh my God. You need to get something to see.
This was a Friday, and I had went to my godbrother's graduation, had a good time. You know, cheers, yeah. And then we go out to eat, and it's funny because he just randomly texted me saying like, I'm coming over today. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know, that's fine. And so my godfather had asked me like, oh, like, where's Sean at? Like, you know, he was cool yesterday, like, why isn't he here? And I was like, actually, he said he was gonna come by. He's okay, that's cool. So I had heels on. I had me a cute little dress on. But because it had been a long day, as soon as I got home, I was going to put on some sweats, tank top, get comfortable, because it'd been a long day. I'm not staying in them heels and stuff like that or whatever. So he comes in. As soon as he came in, we talked for like 2 seconds, and then he went to go talk to my mom. And I was just like, okay, you know, I'm just thinking because they didn't get a chance to talk for real the day before, that this was the time that he could have been doing that, you know. And so I was in the room. We had a little dance, like our house had a little dancey dance or whatever that we did, a little shuffle, little thing or whatever. And so I wanted him to see it, and I'm trying to tell him like, hey, come on. And he was just like, no, go back in there. And I was like, bye. Well, dang, okay. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? But you know, I still did my little dance with him or whatever, and then kept it pushing. And then after that, I was sitting in the room and everybody chopping it up, having a good time. Again, he's still talking to her, but I'm over here lurking, trying to find something. So I'm just like laser focused on whatever I was looking at on my phone, kind of not really pressed about what's going on. So then
I get
that was your cue.
Well, just to time out, the before we even get to that point. So that morning, I had woke up and just kind of just sat there and just was like going through my day, kind of like, you know, on the game or whatever the case may be. And I was like, this is somebody who I care about and want to be around, and I'm happy to be around, and she's happy to be around, and we've both been through a lot going on in the past, you know, whatever, so much. Because I just sat there and I just prayed about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it today.
Not me cheesing over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it today. Boom. So I get in the car. I drove for about an hour and a half trying to look for different stores. Finally found a store. Went in there. You know, I was like, okay. We just got our ring sizes just not even that long ago. So I was like, bam. Okay, I got a ring size. I said, boom. You know, I said, I want this ring. Got it. Excited. So, you know, I get back in the car. You know, I'm calling my homeboy, my brother, you know. Like, hey, bro, I'm going to propose to her today. So he was just waking up, and he was like, bro, I had to wake up. You said you gonna do who, what, and where? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna propose to her, fam. Like, it was just put on my heart to do that. And you know, it was something that I was excited to do and I was happy to do. So like she said, you know, once I got there, I kind of just was like, you know, hey, what's up? But you know, bye.
Literally went and talked to my mom for at least 30 minutes to an hour.
So I spoke to her for about an hour and a half. I wouldn't say 30 minutes, but about an hour and a half, and just kind of we were just having a conversation. And at that point, you know, I got to it and I was like, well, I'm asking for your blessing and whatnot, and I showed her the ring, and she was just like shocked, and I was like, boom. And
I can only imagine my mama's face.
She was like, wow. Okay.
Only imagine my mama's face.
So her brother was in town as well, so I was like, hey, you know, Darren, come here. So I told him, I was like, yo, get everybody in the living room. Granted, I didn't have on no clothes. Let me rephrase that. I had on clothes. I just didn't have on like dressy clothes because it wasn't something that I was prepared to do the proposal. I just wasn't prepared dress wise. But if I can go back and do it again, I wouldn't, because I still am happy for that moment. But I was like, go get everybody in the living room. And you know, he's, you know, then he was like, all right, I need to get everybody in the living room right now.
And at that point, I still didn't put together what was going on, because like, granted, when we went to try on rings and stuff like that, we had spoken about like marriage, obviously, but he was just like, you know, you never know when it can happen. It can happen within the next few months. It can happen within the next year, next couple years. Like, you just never know. And at this point, we had only been together like 2 months for real. So I'm not thinking it's going to happen like soon, that day. Okay. Even when my brother was like, oh, everybody come into the room.
Yeah, and then he got everybody in the room, and you know, I got bad knees, so already getting down on one knee was already bad enough because I got some horrible knees. But I kind of just gave a smidge monologue right quick, and then like I got down on one knee, and then that's when her reaction was like?
Because I was still, again, when I tell y'all, I was looking. Okay, so my god brother and sister, because they had graduated like a day apart from each other, I was looking for a picture of them when they were younger, because I know I had one, but I could not find it. So I'm literally searching high and low to find this. I'm intrigued. So even when they're like, okay, I need everybody to come in the room, I'm laser focused on finding this picture. I'm determined. So when he starts talking, I'm just like, where is this going? Like, what are you doing? So then I eventually like came over to him, like said, he dropped on one knee and asked a question, and of course I said yes. Again, now we're here, almost, well, less than a month out from the wedding. But I literally was just like in shock, like completely in shock, still in shock to this day. Like, I'm about to be a whole wife, and it's insanity to me.
She always said that before she turned 26, she was gonna get married.
I did. I really did. And like, that's why power of the tongue is like such a real thing. And don't let anybody ever tell you like, no, it's not a real thing. Basically, like, I was like trying to find a job and stuff, especially a good paying job. My mom kept saying to me like, you need to find a job with insurance. You need to find a job with insurance. You need to find a job with insurance. And I'm like, I'm not gonna need to do that, because I'm going to be married. I'm gonna be married before I turn 26. I'm convenient. Like, I am very much so soft girl era when it comes to that stuff. Like, I got my own, you know, whatever, but I'm just like, as for that other stuff, like, if I had to get my own insurance, I would, but I was not looking forward to it. And so I just kept saying it over and over again. My mom was like, girl, really? And I'm like, yeah. And then boom, like that, and just that, and just the fact that, like, when I tell y'all, I literally prayed for this man and it happened. Like, God literally just like put this together so swiftly, and I was just so in shock, because the person who I was with before just showed me literally the exact opposite. Like, example, we had went to the jewelry store because of a gift that I had got him, whatever, and I'm like trying to get him to look at just promise rings, little freaking promise rings. Wouldn't even bat an eye. So to fast forward to literally some months later, and this man like is telling me, come in this store, like, let's pick out rings, let's look at, you know, let's get our sizes and stuff. I was just like, this is too good to be true.
It was
like,
out of curiosity, though, because I hadn't granted, yes, I do wear rings, but I don't wear a lot of rings on my bigger fingers.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, like,
and I didn't even know my size
what
either.
My size was, and come to find out, I got a big finger.
Yeah, and so it was just too good to be true. And that's why, like, even when my coworkers are trying to tell me like, no, he's going to like wife you up, I'm still in denial. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Because a good thing finally came, and I just didn't want to believe it, especially like, you know, fresh out of the situation. I was just like, I don't want to set myself up for failure. I think one time after we got done hanging out, something like that, I was in my car, I said, Jesus, please let this be real. I don't got time for games anymore. I don't got time for getting hurt anymore. Like, enough is enough. Like, literally enough is enough. So like, the timing was literally like perfect. And that's why I strongly believe in the saying, like, what one person won't do, another person will. That, and just like being strong in your faith and all that other stuff, and like trusting God that like what you pray for, he will deliver, especially if it's in his plans. And so for him to literally just like wake up that morning and was like, I feel like today's the day, and you know, I'm gonna pray about it, and he got his answer and he proceeded with it. And that's why, like, I'll like tease him here and there about how rough I was looking the day of, but like, I wouldn't have rather the proposal another way. Like, I honestly wouldn't have rather us did it like separately, just him and I on a date, because I'm a very family oriented person. So the fact that he knew that and was like, oh, her family is here. Like, now would be a good time to do it. Like, I just thought it was perfect, and no matter how I looked, whatever, I just feel like it was the perfect time, and I'm happy that it happened how it did.
And bada boom, bada bing, now we here, and we about a month out, and we about ready to get over with, because we've been going through so much. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, we are happy that it's finally approaching that time. We can't wait to finally be, yeah, just about
4 weeks. So.
Mr. and Mrs. and get this wedding over with.
That's crazy, Mr. and Mrs. Like.
Also, shout out to my mama for getting us these for Christmas. She got us these, and then she got us 2 more with matching beanies too. So shout out to my mama. But yeah, so we're ready to, you know, start the journey of being a married couple.
Marriage license.
And that will be happening soon. I'm gonna keep trying to record as much content as I can within the next few weeks. Especially the week of. That's when I'm really gonna be trying to record stuff or whatever. So we'll see how busy and chaotic that is. Which remind me, I need to text that girl about my hair. I keep forgetting. Anyway, you have anything else to add?
Stay blessed, stay humble, be grateful. God bless you. Bada boom, bada bing. And also, I need you to know, I'm not gonna say that word, but like, comment, and subscribe. Just hit the button, please.
You heard the guy. Just hit the button.
I can't curse.
Oh my gosh! Just hit the button.
But it's okay, because my podcast will be dropping in the summer. I am looking at June or July. Just right now, I just got a lot going on. But stay on the lookout for that. I will have more details on that. And
I will tell y'all when all that happens, so y'all can go ahead and tune into his podcast.
All talk, no cap. That's the name of it.
Okay. All right, well, I'll see y'all in the next video. Like I said, you heard him. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all later.
I'll see y'all next year.
Next year.